Durag Wisdom here, folks, and welcome to Earth Date Y2K 18.10.30. Just 7 days till the midterm elections. Today I want to talk about the good in America. Steve Colbert made a joke, a very cute one, as a matter of fact, about how Muslim groups were getting together to help the Pittsburgh Jewish community in the wake of the worst massacre against my tribe on American soil in American history, without even mentioning the lynching of Leo Frank back in the 1920s in Georgia. Meanwhile, I was also moved by the presentation of Lawrence O'Donnell's commentary. Both O'Donnell and Colbert are observant Catholics, both the kinds of human beings that help give me hope that our country will rise above the assault we're suffering. Yes, I will always identify with my Jewish tribe and will never hide what I am. Can't do that, folks. But this will never mean that I would persecute others in the name of what I am. In the wake of the massacre, except for the Trumpist goons, Americans of all ethnic groups and religions have gotten together to reach out to mine. I guarantee you, folks, that I will always be there for my neighbors, whether Jewish or not, whether liberal or conservative or not. Meanwhile, the GOP showed how much they cared by inviting a so-called Messianic Jewish quote-unquote rabbi, quote-unquote, a so-called Jews for Jesus, to a Pence event that was supposed to be a memorial to the victims. All members of my tribe who have any kind of connection to the history of the Jewish people know that Hebrew Christianity is just another form of anti-Semitism designed to delegitimize the Jewish faith and destroy it for all time. Also in the wake of this massacre, clueless moron and racist turd, terrorist traitor Trump plans to go to Pittsburgh today to disrupt the burials of the victims. After all, it's all about him, right? And the hatred he spawns. Any Jew that allies him or herself to the traitor Trump are a shame to the Jewish people and to the ethics that we are supposed to stand for. And this shame also includes this rabbi who invited Trump to his synagogue anytime. I admit that my heart is filled with monumental hatred against this Trumpist party and its malignantly evil leader. I've watched how they've attacked everything I admire in my country, and I swear to you now, if they succeed in turning our country into a Putin satellite, I intend to gird my loins and fight these traitors to the death. That sounds extremely hateful and extremely dangerous, but since the day the creep terrorist Trump entered our government, I became more afraid than ever. And in light of the increasing violence we've had in our nation since this creep Trump was defecated into our lives, I understand more than ever what is at stake in our upcoming midterm elections. Do we have a nation of citizens, or do we have a nation of thugs? I have not as yet purchased any firearms to protect my home, but I hope to be prepared well before the terrorist traitor Trump cancels the 2020 election. If a Jew hater wants to take me down, he better hope that I am not armed. I am an American Jewish atheist and democratic socialist who also support Zionism, but will always give the nation of my birth the first move. I do not hate people who disagree with me. However, I want my nation to be run in a progressive, liberal fashion, with all people allowing their neighbors to live and let live, as long as they are not doing evil to the children, to the old, to the sick, to the helpless, to animals, and to our planet. I am proud that I can name at least 12 conservatives that I respect and admire, and I can name at least 4 Republicans as some of my favorite presidents. Steve Schmidt, Nicole Wallace, David Frum, Richard Painter, Michael Steele, Bill Kristol, Jennifer Rubin, George Will, David Jolly, John Meacham, Max Boot, and Colin Powell. I could also name presidents, Republican presidents, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, and Dwight Eisenhower. I wonder how many liberals and progressive Democratic presidents the Trumpists can name as some of their favorite and respected people. And believe me, I don't agree with conservatism at all. I am certain that Trumpists can't name a one. When you go to the polls in 7 days, remember that we have a USA, not the divided, horrific banana republic the Trumpists want. Vote for the USA, not for fascist treason and hate mongering. If the Trumpists win next week, shame on us all.